AskReddit by Lost Patrol. Should people get married to their best friends? What do you think? I think you shouldn't get married if you aren't each other's best friends beside whatever other feelings exist between you. Moreover, I think the idea that romance and friendship are mutually exclusive is fucking us all over big time. Absolutely. I never quite understand how people would want to go into a relationship without first knowing if it would even work as a friendship. I believe they are the foundation to what really makes a great relationship, because really, what really is a boy, girlfriend, spouse, partner if not a friend? Dude, marrying your best friend is like unlocking the ultimate life combo. Think about it, you're not just stuck with someone, you're chilling with your ride or die homie. You already know each other's weird quirks, secret snacks, and binge watching preferences. It's like skipping the awkward getting to know you phase and jumping straight to the good stuff. Best friends make the best life partners, hands down. Exactly. And for me, it's why I honestly couldn't marry anyone other than my best friend. There was no pressure to get to know each other, because we already did. And even in the times we weren't feeling romantic, we always had our friendship to fall back on. Hanging out and playing video games together is both friend time and date time. Everything feels so especially comfortable when you are also genuinely friends. We love each other and like each other. God's tier combo. Totally, marrying your best friend is like hitting the relationship jackpot. I mean, who wouldn't want to spend forever with someone they can binge watch shows, eat pizza, and spill all the tea with? And for me, not married yet but living together 3 years, adding to that, playing video games together on our nights in. I did and I can't keep my hands off of him, and I don't have to hide who I am. We have been together for 15 years. To me, your relationship should be your best friend. I visited my wife's grandparents a few years ago with my brother-in-law. We arrived at night and Granny had dinner ready for us, which we gladly ate. She asked if we wanted a cuppa, to which Grandpop got up to help her. He shuffled over and stood next to her, letting his hand drop and give her bum a good squeeze. My Bill didn't see this, but I didn't thought how awesome it would be to get past 80 and still lovingly cop a grope of your wife. He now has dementia and she is steadfastly taking care of him along with their youngest daughter, who became a grown mother this year. My own wife and I are each other's best friends, coming up to 21 years marriage. One day we will be at that same level as her grandparents. If any of you here are thinking of getting married, consider the following before you do. On the one hand, you get to wear a pretty cool ring. On the other hand, you don't. Ha ha ha. I mean, if your partner isn't your best friend, why are you together? You should grow to that level of connection before considering marriage. At their golden wedding celebration, my grandfather described my grandmother thusly: "She's my mate, she's my best mate." They were together from the age of 16, right up until his death at the age of 72. Amazingly blessed. Some should, some shouldn't. Elaborate. Only if they also have a romantic connection. Isn't the whole point of marriage actually marrying your best friend? Why would you marry someone who isn't? The idea of not dating a friend so you don't ruin the friendship inevitably ruins the friendship when one of you gets into a relationship. To be honest, yes. My wife is my best friend. Life's a lot more fun with someone who's seen you at your worst and still thinks you're the bee's knees. Yes. If your partner is not your best friend, then why are you getting married at all? If you mean marrying someone who is just your best friend, then I'd at least wait until having lived together for 2 years first to see if you are a match in a home setting. How can you have a stable relationship without a friendship? Relationships based solely on physical attraction crumble like a house of cards. Yes, because these are the people with the best rapport, without too much love bias, with criticism and adequate evaluation of each other. Married my childhood best friend. We have been inseparable since 6 years old. Best decision ever. Recommend 10/10. The saddest thing about marrying your best friend is if you ever get divorced. Because then you lose not only your spouse but most of the time, your best friend too. Divorce happens because people aren't marrying their best friend. Marriage as an institution should be exploited as much as possible for tax benefits. However, if you are asking whether you think best friends are compatible romantically, I think it depends on the person and what they want from the romantic relationship. Sometimes expectations in platonic relationships are very different from romantic ones, and living with any friend is much different from visiting them from time to time. Lots of factors here to consider. We overcomplicated romance, sex and marriage. Now everyone is constantly anxious because of a chance to ruin things that shouldn't exist in the first place. We should learn from bonobos. It depends on their emotions. Not always. My best friend is amazing. Love her with absolutely all of my heart. She's intelligent, kind, beautiful, and funny as hell. But there is zero romantic interest and our lifestyles are completely incompatible. She wants kids. I don't. She wants to live in the town we grew up in. I move every 4-5 years for work. She's a neat freak. I have a housekeeper to keep me from living like a bachelor. She's Christian. I'm an atheist. But most significantly of all, she orders her pizzas with pineapple, and I'm not a monster. I'm in a similar boat to yours. We're both Catholic and from the same ethnic background, but there's no romantic spark from either of us. Our lifestyles are very much incompatible when it comes to living together long term, but they're a great friend regardless. Do I love her to death? Absolutely, but platonically. We also can't stand being with each other after several days, so there's that red flag. Yes, I met the love of my life at college. I miss every day waking up next to her, walking to classes, having classes, lunch and then walking back home with her. Even though I spend every moment with her, I miss the time I literally spent every moment with her. 25 years and going stronger and stronger as the years go by. Not to say there hasn't been some really shit times, but we've worked through them and he's still my best friend.